Welcome back to another episode of Yachting Unplugged. My name is Kim Sweers, the boat boss, and I'm solo today. My co-host Rick Thomas is on the west coast of the United States, actually in a submarine, I believe as we speak, with someone uber famous. Him and his son Tristan and some other people are exploring a plane that went down in 1963. They're in a submarine, and so can't really disclose who that person is, but stay tuned. Rick, safe travels. Look forward to seeing you back on the show soon. Well, I hope everyone had a great 4th of July. I know I did. I spent it with my family. I was doing some work at the same time, but I want to talk about some U.S. news that's important to the yachting and the boating industry. Gas prices, the lowest they've ever been in the last 4 years. So I hope everyone filled up their tank. It was a great way to spend 4th of July when you spend a lot less money on your gas. I travel a lot. I'm sure a lot of us coming into boat show season, we all travel, but TSA, yay. Thank you very much, TSA. We have no longer the requirement of taking our shoes off when we go through airport security. So I love that. I'm so excited. Thank you, thank you. And we're saving the very best for last. The big, beautiful bill has passed. And it's a major news for the marine industry and the yachting industry. 100% bonus depreciation on qualifying business assets, including super yachts and jets. Anything in service after January 19, 2025, you can write off the first full year of business expenses, which is huge. So if you use your yacht for 50% business, you're allowed to do that. New pre-owned boats, doesn't matter. It's the first time use that qualifies. And a major tax savings, so let's say, for instance, you buy a $10 million yacht, depending on your tax rate, it could be a $3 to $4 million deduction. So as we head into the end of the year, keep that in mind, reach out to anyone. I'm a broker myself, or any other brokers out there, but please, if you are interested in this, and now is the time to take advantage of the big, beautiful bill. It will help. What you must know, we're getting a little busier. The shipyards are busy, inventory is tightening, and you must, like I said, be operational from January 19th forward. Speaking of yachts, mega yachts that is, I don't think there's anything more beautiful than the color blue. I love it. I love blue, and one of my favorite things in life is photography and video, and I have to say that Tom Van Ossenen, I hope I say your name right, Tom, he is the guy, the it guy in yacht video and photography. Tom is basically someone that I respect dearly. We all do. He has videotaped the launching of Project Deep Blue. She is a 134.2 meter Larson, and it rolled out of the shipyard in Germany recently. Check this out. It's 9,000 gross tons, and its giant doesn't even begin to describe her. I look at this video and it gives me such goosebumps. In Tom's video, there's 5 decks of sleek aluminum and steel, full height glass, tiered aft decks, and God, the word is she has dual helipads. His and her helipads, maybe, plus a draw-dropping infinity pool. I'm so excited to see that boat when it's officially launched and the owner takes possession of it. It is such a beautiful ship. Congratulations to everyone involved. Well, the party must go on in South Florida. We have qualified captain, and we have wavy boats, and we have all these great things that bring boating to the average person, the mishaps. And I'll tell you what, if this happened, if the fire in Saint-Tropez happened in South Florida, people would not be sitting around dining the way they are. I actually thought it was an AI video at first, because you see this yacht that just comes back from charter in Saint-Tropez, and people are just dining, music playing in the background. But safe to say that no one was injured. It took about 6 hours for the fire to get put out. But yeah, it's just an interesting way. I think I'm going to retire in Saint-Tropez because life is a lot easier there. Let's move to the Bahamas. It's a scandal that's going on there. And as a parent, that's my son, Chase. He's a little bit younger there, but he is almost 20 now. But we all have kids. And our hearts go out to Paige Bell, the family of Paige Bell. And what happened there was just horrific. She was a young stewardess pursuing a life on the water, her dream of being a stewardess, and went missing. The crew looked for her after an extensive search, found her deceased with obviously struggle wounds in the engine compartment of a yacht in the Bahamas. The person who is responsible for is Mr. Lara, who's a 39-year-old Mexican national who was reported working on the yacht. It's just a horrible story. I hope that if it isn't truly, in fact, Mr. Lara that did that he is definitely held responsible for this. Today, July 14th, is Paige's birthday. It is her favorite thing to eat is red velvet cake. So please have red velvet cake in her honor. Think of her, and Godspeed to Paige and her family. It is such a horrible thing. Let's go across the pond to the IBI Summit, where the CEO Summit took place on July 2nd. It was hosted by a lot of industry leaders. Brunswick CEO David Folks spoke. He's one of my favorite people. Super brilliant man. He spoke about really the industry faces challenges from soaring costs to fragmented customer experience. And the common thread was this: we need to be good enough. Everything needs to be good enough. We don't need all this technology that's causing the cost of ownership of these boats and yachts to just go sky high. But his critical points, he was there among Brunswick, Azimut, Benetti, and a lot of the other CEOs, but the critical points that were discussed were this: costs are too high, over-engineering is making boats really out of reach, unaffordable, and we need to go back to just embracing good enough. Know your customer, super important. Tailor products and branding to what truly matters, not just add features. And then the last thing they discussed was improve the experience. The entire user experience and brand promise needs to deliver real value. So I'm hoping that we see big change coming in the industry. The volume segment, which are the cheaper boats, is struggling immensely. So hopefully as an industry, we'll be able to get ourselves to pivot and make the right decisions so that we can all have a safer, healthier industry and one for generations to come. Some news about one of my favorites, Recreational Boating and Fishing Foundation. DOJ has officially shut them down after months of advocacy. I know I was in Washington for that. The Department of Interior officially terminated the funding for Recreational Boating and Fishing Foundation on June 10th. The Interior Department stated the funding no longer meets program goals or DOI priorities. This decision comes despite strong efforts by marine industry advocates and members of Congress to retain the funding. According to Ron Shane of the American Sport Fishing Association, the process was marked by a complete lack of transparency, with the timetable for a decision repeatedly pushed back without any open communication with RBFF or the industry. The canceled federal funds, part of the National Outreach and Communications Program, come from excise tax. So it's basically self-funded from tackle, licenses, fuel, all self-funded. It's a very big fund, and the money cannot be redirected without an act of Congress. So this user pay public benefit dollars have been vital to RBFF and our entire industry. It generates an estimated $230 billion in economic impact fishing does. And so we need this to go through. So we're going to continue our efforts, and hopefully we'll see as the story develops what happens with that. Stay tuned. Mergers and acquisitions. We have heard that Teledyne acquires Matron. The acquired product lines will enhance the Raymarine brand and expand business opportunities. So it was announced yesterday that its acquisition of the asset vessel monitoring and control system manufacturer Matron, including the Octoplex, M-Power, and M-Connect product lines from Littelfuse. So this is great. Raymarine intends to maintain its trade name and product lines to ensure seamless transition for existing Matron customers. This came from the Vice President and General Manager of Teledyne, Fleur, Maritime, and Raymarine said in the statement, one of our strategic pillars is to provide customers with the best integration options in the industry. And Maritime strengthens our offering to the market. So congratulations to everyone involved in that. And we look forward to great things to come. If you look up Class Act in the dictionary, you'll find this one gentleman. So we're going to move to people in the news. We have Randy Coleman, who comes from, a lot of you know him from Allied, has now been hired by MarineMax as Azimut's new brand manager. Coleman will bring 3 decades of yacht sales leadership to this new role, including his prior tenure representing, like I said, Azimut, San Lorenzo, Ferretti, many other brands. And in his new role, Randy Coleman will focus on strengthening the MarineMax Azimut partnership and supporting the continued growth of the product here in the United States. So congratulations to Randy and MarineMax. Another MarineMax news, the executive that we all know well, Sean Berg, who is their chief digital officer. They've expanded his role to bigger and better things. Sean's, as Brett McGill states, Sean's leadership, strategic perspective, and clear understanding of the industry will make him well suited for this expanded role. By giving Sean the added responsibility for coordinating strategic growth initiatives across all of our global divisions, we are advancing the company's commitment to delivering industry-leading customer experience, which is huge, and sustainable financial performance. So congratulations, Sean. He joined in 2017, and we're excited to see him really excel in that position. OxyNobil has named Frank Weston as its next CFO, starting in January of 2026. I'm really excited to see that. Congratulations to Frederick. And then one last thing, the Larson Yachts has elected a new board and expanded its management team. Yvonne Larson is now managing director, succeeding Ed Hoban, who becomes operational director. Noel Lauman, who was previously sales and after-sales manager and supervisory board member, will join as commercial director. A lot of great things happening there. Congratulations to everybody. We have some new, exciting news on Motor Yacht Loon. I hope I say Austin's name right. Austin Scaccianoce, I believe is how you pronounce his name, requested to join the two stews that have already filed lawsuits against the captain, Paul Reed Clark, in their injuries suffered when Motor Yacht Loon's tender struck the rocks ashore in December 21st of 2024 in St. Bart's. It's such a horrific accident, a lot of injuries there, and I believe there was alcohol involved, so we'll see where that plays out. So that has been added. Wish everyone involved in that well. New events coming up, and we want to stay focused on the summer. We've got a little dip in our activity here, but hopefully the big, beautiful bill will cause sales to have an uptick. But don't forget, we've got some great shows coming up, starting in the Cannes Yachting Festival, September 9th to the 14th, Monaco Yacht Show, September 24th to the 27th, IBEX takes place in Tampa, October 7th to the 9th, and then October 9th to this November 2nd is my favorite, the Fort Lauderdale International Boat Show here in my hometown, so mark your calendars for that. And last, in Amsterdam, we have Met's Trade Show, which I will be attending as well, November 18th to the 20th. So we've got some great shows coming up and events. Please mark your calendars. I'll put them in the link below, and I hope to see everyone at those events. Well, that pretty much wraps up the show. I look forward to seeing everyone next week. If you do like the show, please subscribe, like, share, comment, and if you do have newsworthy information, please WhatsApp me, email, text, whatever carrier pigeon, just find a way to get the news to me and we will report it. Thank you again for your support. It means the world to me and to Rick, and we look forward to seeing everybody. Whether you live, work, or play on the water, just get on the water. There's nothing better than this lifestyle on the water. Be safe, and look forward to seeing you soon. Take care.
If your brand belongs in the heart of the yachting world, this is where it happens. Yachting International Radio reaches over 1 million yachting professionals and enthusiasts every month, with 77 million impressions, 220,000 social followers, and 74,000 podcast subscribers. Our hosts are insiders, crew, captains, CEOs, trusted voices shaping the industry. This is targeted, high-impact advertising in a luxury niche. Visit yachtinginternationalradio.com/advertise. Your audience is already listening.